If you're over 50 and thinking about buying an airplane, you're not chasing the same goals you had at 30. You're not trying to build hours fast. You're not trying to impress anyone on the ramp. You're looking for freedom that doesn't come with financial anxiety, physical exhaustion, or constant maintenance surprises. This video is about affordable aircraft for pilots over 50 in the USA and Canada. Airplanes that make sense not just on paper, but in real life. Airplanes that let you fly often, fly calmly, and fly without the feeling that every engine start is a financial gamble. And stay with me, because affordability in aviation has very little to do with purchase price, and everything to do with how the airplane fits your life now. Let's start with a reality check. At this stage of life, time matters more than speed. Reliability matters more than technology, and comfort matters more than ego. The right airplane should reduce workload, not increase it. It should fit your body, your budget, and your energy level, not fight against them. First aircraft, Cessna 172 Skyhawk, older models. The Cessna 172 is affordable not because it's cheap, but because it is predictable. Predictable maintenance, predictable handling, predictable ownership costs. For pilots over 50, that predictability is priceless. Older Skyhawks are everywhere. Parts availability is unmatched. Any mechanic in North America knows this airplane inside and out. Annuals are rarely dramatic. Insurance companies understand the risk profile, which keeps premiums reasonable. From the cockpit, the airplane feels calm. Control pressures are light. Visibility is excellent. Entry and exit are easier than many low-wing designs, which matters more than people admit as joints get older. Performance is modest, yes. But modest performance also means modest stress. The airplane doesn't rush you. It doesn't punish small errors. It encourages smooth, unhurried flying. Many pilots call the 172 boring, but boring airplanes tend to keep their owners alive, current, and flying well into their later years. Ask yourself honestly, how often do you really need to cruise faster than 115 knots? Second aircraft, Piper Cherokee 140, 160, 180 series. The Piper Cherokee is one of the best value aircraft in general aviation, especially for mature pilots. These airplanes are simple, stable, and forgiving. Fixed gear, simple systems, straightforward engines, and compared to equivalent Cessnas, they often sell for noticeably less on the used market. The cabin is wider than many expect, making longer flights more comfortable. The low-wing design makes fueling easier and gives a solid, planted feel in turbulence. The airplane feels steady, not nervous. For pilots over 50, the Cherokee's biggest advantage is how honest it is. What you see is what you get. No surprises, no complex systems demanding constant attention. Maintenance costs are generally reasonable, especially for the lower-powered models. Fuel burn stays manageable. Insurance remains affordable. Some pilots debate high wing versus low wing endlessly. But here's the real question. Does your airplane match your confidence? Because confidence reduces stress, and stress is expensive. Drop your thoughts in the comments. High wing or low wing, and why? Third aircraft, Grumman AA-5 Traveler Cheetah. The Grumman AA-5 series is for pilots who want efficiency without stepping into complexity. These airplanes are lighter, cleaner aerodynamically, and faster than many competitors with the same horsepower. Bonded aluminum construction eliminates thousands of rivets, reducing drag and corrosion issues. From the pilot's seat, the controls feel responsive and precise. The airplane feels alive without being demanding. Cruise speeds are impressive for the fuel burn, which keeps operating costs under control. For pilots over 50 who still enjoy flying the airplane, not just monitoring systems, the Grumman delivers real satisfaction. The trade-off is support. Fewer airframes mean fewer parts on shelves. Ownership requires patience and a proactive maintenance mindset. So here's the real question. Do you value efficiency and flying feel more than instant parts availability? There's no wrong answer, only honest ones. Fourth aircraft, Cessna 150, 152. At some point, many pilots realize they don't need 4 seats anymore. The Cessna 150 and 152 are among the most affordable certified airplanes ever built. Fuel burn is low, insurance is low. Maintenance is simple, ownership stress is minimal. For pilots over 50, these airplanes offer something rare, flying without pressure. You're not worried about fuel costs. You're not rushing to justify the trip. You just go fly. They are slow, yes, They are small, yes, but they are incredibly honest airplanes. They teach you to fly well, not fast. Many retired pilots come full circle and end up back in these aircraft, not because they can't afford more, but because they don't need more. Is downsizing a loss of status or a gain in freedom? That's a conversation worth having. Fifth aircraft, Piper PA-18 Super Cub and similar aircraft. The Super Cub isn't cheap to buy, but it can be surprisingly affordable to own. Simple systems, low fuel burn, minimal avionics, incredible slow-speed handling, and a kind of flying that reconnects you with the fundamentals. For pilots over 50 who want flying to feel personal again, the Super Cub delivers something modern aircraft can't replicate. Every takeoff and landing feels intentional. Every flight feels earned. Maintenance is straightforward. The airplane doesn't hide problems behind layers of automation. What breaks is visible. What needs attention is obvious. Tailwheel flying does require currency and respect. But many older pilots find that it sharpens their skills and keeps them mentally engaged. So ask yourself this: do you want flying to feel like transportation or craftsmanship? Sixth aircraft, Tecnam P-2010, used market. The Tecnam P-2010 represents modern affordability. Not cheap, but controlled. This airplane offers excellent visibility, comfortable seating, efficient engines, and modern ergonomics that matter more as flights get longer and bodies get less flexible. The cabin is bright and spacious. Entry and exit are easy. Noise levels are lower than many legacy designs. Fatigue after long flights is noticeably reduced. Operating costs are reasonable compared to other modern four-seat aircraft. And when properly equipped, the avionics reduce workload instead of increasing it. For pilots over 50 who want modern comfort without stepping into financial chaos, the P-2010 strikes a strong balance. This brings us to a key idea. Affordability is not about spending the least, it's about spending intelligently. Now let's zoom out. The most affordable airplane is not the cheapest one. It's the one you actually fly. An airplane that sits in the hangar because it's uncomfortable, stressful, or financially intimidating is the most expensive aircraft you can own. Affordable aviation after 50 means fewer surprises, fewer regrets, and more actual flying. Here's the truth no one likes to say out loud. At this stage of life, flying should add joy, not obligation. The right airplane makes you want to go to the airport. The wrong one makes you think twice every time you open the hangar door. Now I want to hear from you. If you're over 50, what matters most? Simplicity, comfort, or efficiency? Would you downsize to fly more often? And which of these airplanes do you think offers the best real-world value today? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The most honest aviation wisdom doesn't come from manufacturers. It comes from pilots who've already lived through the choices.